The following podcast contains real reviews and the ridiculous reactions of two would-be oracles of the internet. The opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Seriously.
Hello and welcome to ReviewParty.com. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
And boy, do we have a show for you this week. It's about the internet. It's on the internet. It's about internet reviews of products that are primarily real life products. Sometimes they're virtual products, I guess. What is music? Music's kind of like almost a virtual product now.
It's true.
If you really think about it, man. Wow. It's a podcast about thinking about stuff. Mostly we take reviews of places like Amazon, Google, Yelp, and we read them. Hopefully they're pretty funny. Hopefully we're pretty funny after. You know, it's a tried and true formula.
Yeah. Welcome aboard.
The SS review. Ding ding.
We're in the midst of a heat wave right now. There's heat domes going on out there. People are heated up. I don't know how it is out there on the northwest.
Last week we were sizzling. I think you guys are just catching the fart of what we got.
We've only begun to sizzle. But with that in mind, I thought I'd bring this Amazon review of some New Balance men's performance boxer briefs with fly, breathable stretch underwear, moisture wicking, soft waistband 3-pack.
With the fly. That's a bullet point if I ever heard one. Your wiener can pop right out of these bad boys.
If you get, if you roll a lot in your sleep, that sucker might just work his way out. You never know. You never know.
In a playful sort of way.
Whoop, whoop. I have a review here from Chazzle Dazzle. Chazzle Dazzle titles their review, "The Smell," open parentheses, "and Amazon app sucks." Chazzle Dazzle writes, "Wrote something longer. Amazon erased it when I tried to add a picture, so rewriting something shorter. First pack over a year ago, great. Dailies since then. Recently bought 3-packs. They were clearly opened, missing cardboard inserts, wrinkled, and they smelled of vague sweat, rancid protein, and the dark forgotten holes where capitalism buries the bodies. I've watched them 3 times. Trying a baking soda soak currently, then another wash. I really want to wear these, but I can't put that smell on me. 1 star.
That's an instant return, Chazley.
Yeah, Chaz, bro.
Chazler, you got some pre-soaked, not even shorts, undershorts.
These underoos got the underdoos.
Yeah, there's someone had a sweaty gym, caffeine shakes, then mid-gym they had to take a caffeine poop, and then they put those shorts back on, and after they sort of aired out on the gym floor. Oh my, the stories there. How can you how can your conscience handle it?
No, these musty suckers. You don't want them on your body. You don't want them in your house.
You don't know who, how, where, or why, dude.
The tight weave of these New Balance performance briefs, it's capturing every little fart particle, every little farticle that came out this person's butt. Yeah, and if there's some juicer, give me my protein shakes so I can get the shakes. I'm gonna pre and post and all the workout powders. Man, their body's doing some wild stuff, and they're doing some wild stuff with their body.
That's a potent chemical blend coming out of their pores, just oozing.
It's tainted, quite literally. So no, I wouldn't want that in my car with the windows down.
The taint sweat of another person. It only, soaked into garments and then left to fester inside a plastic Amazon bag.
Yeah, Amazon driver tossed that on your driveway, and it's just been sitting there roasting in the sun, just baking in ever deeper,
fermenting, like curing itself. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, like tanned leather. It's got it's just stained in there forever.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, props to you for being like, I'll try and make it work. A baking soda soak. Man.
And what farts be smelling worse than gym farts? As long as we're really getting to
this guy, he woke up and he just ate a bunch of hard-boiled eggs and a protein bar just so he could eat his like 120 grams of protein before 10 a.m.
There's some pale chicken. Lucky if there's some pepper on there. You wish there's some pepper dust coming out with these farts, so it's at least add a little something.
Yeah, this person does not consume any fiber at all. The farts really have to work themselves out. It's like,
right. There's no granola in those protein bars. Those are just like protein nuggets. And who knows the last time they'll wash their shower. Their feet are probably so gross, and that feet fungus just trickles its way up to their shorts.
Crawls up.
Chazler, back to my original point, like, why did you not like see that these were pre-game? I wouldn't even got to the smell, my man.
Yeah, when you're missing the cardboard to make it look all good, those weird little plastic clips that clip it all folded nice. When you see that it's just sort of like shoved in there, buddy, I don't know.
It might as well be one of those peanut butter jars with like a penis imprint in it. Like it's just as scary to me.
Like, how badly do you need lime green boxer shorts? Not me, because all the nasties are going to show on that lime green.
I feel like he was talking about his dailies.
Yeah,
I feel like this is the type of guy. He has like his 5 boxer shorts. He does the rotation. Maybe on 4th day does laundry, and those are his shorts. It's very minimalist, he's got it came time to reset, and he just he had already thrown away the previous cycle. He was in a bad way. His name's Chaz. Like, it's tough. I got a review.
Yeah.
This one's nice and easy. This one goes down so silky smooth by the chemical guys. We're talking about chemicals. Sticky Icky from Amazon. Sticky Icky car cleaning gel, green apple scent, detailing gel for vents, keyboards, and more. 100 grams, 4-pack.
Before you read it, I'll send you Chazzle Dazzle's profile picture, because I feel like it perfectly illustrates how he feels.
Yeah, he is a clown. It's a little pit bull with a little clown outfit on. That's his dog. Chaz, you're evil.
Yeah, that's rough. Anyway, please proceed.
Yeah. So from Amazon, we got some of this. It's just like Nick goo, but you use it to put it on your keyboard and it picks up all the dirt.
I kind of find this stuff stupid, but I'm excited to hear what people say about it.
Yeah, just clean your shit up. But I kind of like keyboards. I don't know, but I just like, if I'm going to clean my keyboard, I'm going to just clean my keyboard, I guess. Yeah.
I like lifting it up and shaking all the crumbs out, or getting a little can of air and Anyway.
Now I'm so aware of how due I am for a keyboard clean. Ashley titles their review, works better than I expected. She writes, this product is amazing. Absolute 10 out of 10. I keep my car as neat and clean as possible, but I also live in a windy area, and dust in small locations and cracks is just inevitable. I saw this product advertised by a few sellers, and I had purchased car wax from the chemical guys before, so I thought I would try their other product. I got the apple-scented one. The product works better than in the videos. Right after it arrived, I went out to my car and tried it on the plastic speaker cover. and grabbed every speck of dust. I tried it on my air vents, worked like a charm. I began using it on every nook and cranny that collected dust, and I just couldn't get the corners even where professionals washed it. The creases between my steering wheels, buttons, and paddles, the textured plastics that seem resistant to towels on my steering column, even the weird little valley of dust next to my emergency brake was no match. I use this stuff everywhere, and yes, it does begin to look dirtier, but it remained properly sticky throughout, and is good to use again. I did not stretch it out like the video shows. I used it more like a ball, half the jar, and rolled it with my palms. It did not leave any residue or streak on my plastic vinyl or leather. I did not try this one on the outside of the car, nor do I plan to 5 stars.
So can this like clean my crack out too?
Yeah, this will get every little organism out of there.
Get my crevices.
Those little bugs that live on your eyelids, they'll be gone.
Oh yeah, strip them right off. I don't want those. Get out of here. I don't like you anymore.
Entire atom-sized civilizations are removed. Yeah.
Please help me purge my belly button of every little unsightly follicle.
I don't want to see what this thing's taking on my belly button.
That's going to be like something like when Courage has his splinter pulled out of his toe and it's just massive.
Yeah. Who knows? Just I imagine it's just like the teeth of a whale. That's like the sort of texture you pull out of there. Just dense. Fibrous material.
Yeah, that's kind of the conclusion that I'm drawing from this. This is the inevitable progression of mankind. We won't need showers or baths anymore. Just get some gelatinous balls for us to sort of roll upon ourselves or for us to just roll onto.
Yeah, no. Me and Susie got rid of the shower. We don't need it anymore. We're all goo. Yeah, all goo. We just got the goo room.
Yeah, Apple sent it, actually. It's really fresh.
Don't you love crispy apples? Yeah, it gets dirty in there. We just, we got a goo guy that comes every month, gives us new goo. That's the way of the future.
Put it right between your butt cheeks, let it do its thing, man.
It pulled an entire turd out of me the other day. I didn't even feel it.
Yeah, the thing looks a little dirtier, but it's still good. It's still good for a couple more uses.
You just sort of ball it up and push it in the corner. That's the dirt corner. It smells like apples, so you don't even care.
I would never use it on the outside of my car, though. Are you kidding me?
That's ridiculous. You're going to drive a car into the goo room? That's crazy.
It's
going to mess up
the paint. I can't help but feel this is sort of like a Katamari Damacy type situation, too. Yeah.
You just start with a small thing of goo, and it doesn't stop. Listen, I just want it. You're bargaining with it like a gremlin.
You got to try and steer it away from things of value: wedding rings, car keys, credit cards.
Don't feed it after midnight. Don't give it water.
Once it is consumed, there's no getting it back.
Yeah, this is Goosebumps.
The blob. Goosebumps. This is like monkey paw territory here. You'll get what you wish for, but it'll be more than what you wished for.
How long until they make smart goo? They add AI to this. Your fucking goose talking to you. You haven't gooed your butthole in a while.
The cup holder, please. There's some gunk in the cup holder. I want some quarters to give the kids at the lemonade stand. Your butthole, though.
Yeah, maybe I need that character in my car. Maybe I need those old sesame seeds floating in the change compartment.
Yeah, I don't want anything too sterile.
Yeah, how long until? Yeah, you just need to be pure.
I'm a human. I'm gonna be a little messy. I'm gonna be a little dusty. There's gonna be crevices that I want a little life in.
Little cranks. Every time you're peeling off a microscopic layer, you only got so many of those. Your little fingers are going to start to deteriorate after you use these.
Your personality is pulled with every little goo glob.
You're gonna be like a cultist to the goo.
Yeah,
Just so
everything will
there's
assimilate. Everything become goo.
no way you're like. This has to be some of the worst stuff you could eat. Like this is probably worse than Tide Pods for sure.
This would mess up your guts.
Their mascot is a little goo guy, a little nerdy goo guy. His name's Icky. He's got little glasses with little tape on it, I guess.
Oh,
you start to look like him.
No.
You become a little icky. Oh, he has a little. The grossest part about him is he's not a solid goo man, I guess, of course, but he's drippy.
Oh,
Bro's dripping.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty. You don't want to be like this guy. Do you have a review?
I do. I've got something for a cleaning product, which I will avoid. Do you want a place or do you want a movie?
Oh, we haven't gone to many places lately. Let's go to a place.
Okay. I've got a Google review for Brookfield Zoo, one of the 2 zoos around Chicagoland that are lovely to visit. It's the one that isn't free, but I mean, whatever. Deal with it. Cool that we have a free zoo.
I like a little, I don't want it too crowded in there. Keep the riffraff out.
Yeah, keep those crazies, I love the African painted dogs out of my way. No, I want to view the African painted dogs in total solitude. Anyway, let's hear about Luke Frendon's experience at the Brookfield Zoo. Luke writes, 5 out of 5 - beware of birds. Canadian geese have invaded the park space and will hiss if given too much attention, and will not listen to reason. The penguin exhibit has free flight birds that can swoop down and startle you if not expected, so make sure to wear glasses to protect your eyes. If you're a member, you get into shows as well and can ride the attractions. The dolphin show was great and very informative, with the dolphins respecting the splash zones that are designated. I'll come back to the Feathers and Fangs exhibit, which have birds that are free roam. Make sure not to have a phobia of birds here. The goats were quite lovely and had the utmost patience with the inquisitive toddlers intruding their space, very understanding and respectful. The icing I got from Cups and Cones was bold, yet not too vicious. I wish the gorilla exhibit was open on our visit, but understand it was closed, and I won't elaborate on that in this review. Thank you. 5 stars.
Okay, so the gorilla killed somebody.
Yeah, gorilla's in counseling right now.
Gorilla went a little nuts.
Yeah, I'm not. I cannot disclose any further facts on the gorilla.
But how come there's special treatment, referential treatment given to bird phobia people? No, what if I have a hippo phobia or a gorilla phobia? What if I have a phobia of zoos? Where's my disclaimer?
There are those people who just, not even like they're against the ideas of zoos, but when you take them there, they see the polar bear that's like doing the shuttle run back and forth across the glass, and they're like, oh no, he's got zoocosis. Isn't that, there's something wrong with him? You're like, well, I thought it was just cool that we can actually see him. Don't make me feel bad about this.
So I went to the spaghetti factory. My friends brought me to the spaghetti factory. But it turns out I have a phobia of spaghetti. No one warned me that there'd be spaghetti at this place.
If only there was a review.
If only there was someone telling me to stay away. If you don't like birds, don't go to the Fangs exhibit.
I am honestly surprised there was no mention of peacocks, because if I recall, there are free-roaming peacocks here as well.
What's with zoos and free-roaming peacocks? Fucking cage them motherfuckers.
Right? Like geese, I understand. They're traveling. This is a little pit stop for them for a couple months while they have their kids. But yeah, peacocks, man. They lure you in with their bright colors and feathers, and then it turns out they're just a monster.
Turns out I now have a bird phobia and need to wear protective glasses.
I need to wear something over my eyes in case something swoops at me.
If something comes in hot when I'm trying to check out some penguins. the least aggressive animal at the zoo, famously. And they
even the naked mole rats can get excitable at certain times.
We were talking about going to the zoo and suddenly having negative feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And being scared of birds. I do every time I walk into one of them bird exhibits, and it's like it's a fucking just ropes around you, protecting you from some sort of bird, some hawk, some bird of prey that's like twice your size somehow. It does remind me of the pterodactyl scene from, I think, Jurassic Park 3.
Yep. Jurassic Park 3.
How scary is that shit? I'm pretty sure Jurassic Park 3 sucks, but being attacked by pterodactyls is probably that's as scary as it gets. That's scarier than raptors. Raptors are honest with you. You got big teeth.
They're clever. Yeah,
they're clever. I got big teeth. I'm clever. I'm gonna cut you up with my big toe claw. Pterodactyls, they're gonna lift you in the air, rip you apart. Oh my god. Might feed you some babies. Yes, I guess I have bird phobia now. This review.
I was gonna say I'm kind of scared now.
Yeah, thanks for the warning. All right, me and Matt are gonna go cower in fear of avians.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the episode, and welcome to Upon Further Review.
Wow.
Ooh, what's that? That's the segment where we take a look at something we thought we knew, and we figure out how little we knew about it. And today, usually we're like, oh, Slinky was always designed as a toy, right? Wrong. Post-it notes were designed as pieces of paper that were sticky. Wrong. Nerd, come on, learn something.
You don't know about the history of Post-it notes, bro. I wish I had the episode number on deck where you could learn about it, but I'm sure you could find it somewhat easily.
Yeah, just listen to all our episodes from the start. You'll get there.
There we go. Jacob Kihas is on it.
Yeah, thanks, Jacob. Today, we're talking about corn flakes, America's favorite bland breakfast cereal. What do you know about corn flakes? That
I don't want to sell the farm, but I think primarily engineered as food to make you poop. That's about what I know about them.
Actually, you're probably closer than there is an internet story, I'll call it, that says that they were designed to keep consumers from masturbating.
Really?
They were designed as an anti-masturbatory food because the inventor, J.H. Kellogg, was part of the, Seventh-day Christians or something like that.
Yeah, I knew there was cultiness in their origins.
Well, turns out that's all wrong.
Really?
It's correlation rather than causation. Everything you've seen and everything you've giggled about is a lie. Sorry to tell you this. So let's just start at the start. J.H. Kellogg. He's a guy. His name is Kellogg. Can you guess what he did with his life?
He made a sweet museum in Detroit where I can not even Detroit, in Lower Michigan, where you can get a mug with your name on it.
Yeah. He and his brother opened a sanitarium in Battle Creek, Michigan. As it happens, the Kellogg Sanitarium.
Was there goo there? They're the progenitors of the goo.
Yeah. Sanitarium, of course, in the late 1800s was a place where you went if you were ill or maybe crazy. And being something of a very crazy Christian, no disrespect, Mr. Kellogg, but he believed that a lot of the ill tempers that people suffered from were related heavily to their diets. He believed that, let me see if I can scroll down here, or I'll just control F. Yes. He thought that a simple, pure, and unstimulating diet was the best.
Not unstimulating, brother. Oof. Have a donut.
Well, he thought exciting and irritating food were too stimulating, and he laid out 5 recommendations. Never overeat. Quote, gluttony is fatal to chastity, and overeating will be certain to cause emissions with other evils in one whose organs are weakened by abuse.
Weakened by... Brother, I am ironclad over here. Throw some T-Bell at... Taco Bell would rip this man in half if he had a Crunchwrap Supreme. He would be torn asunder. I can tank like 3 of those.
The second recommendation was to only eat twice each day. Quote, if the stomach contains undigested food, the sleep will be disturbed, dreams will be more abundant, and emissions will be frequent.
I can't... I'm a morning pooper, brother, so like I'm pretty sure I'm harboring a shipment for most of the night. So yeah,
semi-digested food.
I'm all about it.
The third, don't eat stimulating food. Quote, spices, pepper, ginger, mustard, cinnamon, cloves, essences, all condiments, pickles, etc.
What?
Those are stimulating.
I had myself a dill the other day. Boy, my brain was firing on all time.
The fourth, don't drink stimulating drinks. Quote, wine, beer, tea, and coffee should be taken under no circumstances. The influence of coffee in stimulating the genital organs is notorious.
My boy was drinking some coffee, getting a little horny. Okay, buddy, I see what you're about. I was about to kind of agree with him on those parts. It's like, okay, yeah, caffeine's not really the best for you. Drinking all the time, not really the best for you. But I don't know. I'm kind of coming back around. I'm kind of high on beer lately.
Oh, okay. Well, he also says chocolate should be discarded also. Tobacco, another stimulant, although not a drink, should be totally abandoned at once. I can't disagree there. That's just smart.
But I feel like he doesn't even know about the bad part about the lungs. He's just hating on like the actual good part. It makes you not hate your life so much for 10 minutes or whatever.
He sees a bunch of cool people doing it. And he's like, no. Cease.
So all these horn dogs with their morning coffee
and cigarettes.
His
final recommendation, eat and drink plain and bland foods and drinks. Quote, eat fruits, grains, milk, and vegetables. They are wholesome and unstimulating. Gram flour, oatmeal, and ripe fruit are the indispensables of a diet for those who are suffering from sexual excesses.
I mean, I at least he's letting you have some fruits. We love fruits.
Yeah.
Good and good for you. But are people really like being sexual deviants because they're having a steak or something every now and then, or like some ginger on their pork?
I don't think so. That sounds really good, actually.
The sexual deviance? Yes, it does.
Yeah. So the whole like cornflakes, it's your anti-masturbatory morning meal. That quote originated from a Mental Floss blog. It's been verified. But again, it's not that this guy, he created cornflakes, and he did believe masturbation was really, really bad.
Right. But they're not directly correlated necessarily.
No, but you were correct in that they were developed primarily to be easy to digest. Because he looked at what people were eating for breakfast, and at that time it's like they're frying up potatoes in the fat left over from last night's dinner.
Right.
They're having all sorts of slop. Mom's getting up to stoke up a fire at 5 a.m. to make some gruel, and he's like, there's got to be a better way. Everyone's got really bad tum-tums, but I know it takes a long time to make something that's palatable.
Yeah, even the extreme evangelist clock is right twice a day, right? Like,
right.
You can having some bland food in the morning. Really, it's not that. I have eggs on buttered toast. You know, I'm good as it gets, but I do also be having some spicy sausage in the morning. He might.
Yeah. I've got his patent right here. United States Patent Office. John Harvey Kellogg of Battle Creek, Michigan. A patent for flaked cereals and process of preparing same. And in there he writes, my invention relates to an improved alimentary product into the process of making it, and the object of the improvement is to provide a food product which is in a proper condition to be readily digested, without any preliminary cooking or heating operation, and which is highly nutritive and of an agreeable taste, thus affording a food product particularly well adapted for sick and convalescent persons. And then he goes on to describe, like, the actual process of rolling out the corn and soaking it and baking it so that it's a nice little crisp, and how cooking it is, in a sense, digesting it, pre-digesting it, so it's very easily digested by you.
I mean, that's great and everything, but live a little as well.
Yeah,
a little, a little column A, a little column B.
He doesn't say anything about putting milk on it, which is like, buddy, come on.
Milk, sugar. Talk to my friend Tony the Tiger. He'll hook you up, right?
Yeah.
But I was wondering where I had heard this story, learned about Mr. Kellogg before. And I Googled a phrase along with Kellogg that I remembered. I found it. There's an episode of Drunk History.
Okay.
I don't know if it was on Funny or Die or if it was the Comedy Central era where they talk about Kellogg. And they state that John Kellogg was very into bowel movements as a sign of health.
Okay.
And so to be, if you're peak performance, right? You're really killing it. You're praying every day. You're eating bland stuff all the time. You're no caffeine, no fucking jerking off, having boners. That you will have you will take at least 2 solid ropey poops per day. So the cornflakes are great for that.
Yeah, 2 meals, 2 poops. That makes perfect sense.
Forget this rule of 3 stuff. 2 meals, 2 poops, 2 Dr. Peppers, brother. Although that would probably be too crazy for him. But thank you for sharing the story of Mr. Kellogg.
Yeah, so those of us who had heard the masturbation lie, we now know it's a lie. For those of us who hadn't, we now know this guy was obsessed with masturbation. It just didn't have as much to do with his cereal.
Right. He was thinking about jerking off at least like 20 hours a day, but the other 4 he was making cereal so you poop right and feel good. I have a review.
Yeah.
We're talking about food. We'll talk about food. No, actually, I take that segue back. Delete it. I'm taking us out of the food world, and somewhere where we can just hang 10, man. We can skate. I'm pretty sure skaters don't eat food besides like corn dogs. Anyway, from Amazon. A review for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
Dude.
For the Game Boy Advanced.
Dude.
I was huge on the probably PlayStation 2 version. PlayStation 1, maybe.
The one I played was Pro Skater 3 on my GameCube. I remember the first two at my neighbor's house, though. Probably
First store classic. And they're remaking 3 and 4. I think that comes out in a few weeks. Actually, I saw an article. They're removing. There's a couple songs. I'm sure there's licensing issues that they removed from the game, and they're adding a couple more. But I was like, man, an Alien Ant Farm song. I hope it's not a song I liked. And then I clicked on the article to listen to it, and boy, I was transported to it. The Jinko jeans appeared from another realm, and I was suddenly wearing them, and I was 13 and listening to Alien Ant Farm. So sadly, that song's gone. But anyway, let's celebrate what once was with this Game Boy Advance version.
Oh yeah.
I always saw the Game Boy versions, and maybe it was a privilege take, but I was like, why would I play that on a Game Boy when I have it on the second PlayStation? The Olsen family titles their review Disappointed. They write, game is glitchy, won't let me do simple moves and spins in place with a skater, money wasted, plus it came loaded with a game from someone named Jif. I expected more from a third-party seller than cleaning out old history from another user and not sell glitchy games 1 star.
I can't believe somebody else used this game that's used.
Their dirty save file is still stinking on this cartridge.
I mean, I feel like that's cool. Either you leave it there. It depends on if there's multiple slots. And you can kind of just leave it there as a
half
totem.
The fun of getting a used Pokemon game is looking at once was. Who was here? What were they? How did they play the game?
What's their team? What stupid names did they give their mons?
Right. Was this a little baby who named them after Hello Kitty characters and just had cute you were like, wow, it's so enriching. Or is this someone who had a box of shinies and you're like, whoa, maybe I got to do some excavation before I plow the place down here.
Yeah, put a parking lot over it.
The hatred of their name, JIF, Jif.
Okay, that's
as good as name as any, right? To make a save file.
Could be a lot worse.
Right. Maybe their name is John Isaac Fogarty. Maybe it's their cool little initials.
And is it really glitched out, or is it just that this is the limitation of the game you bought?
Yeah, I think you're just bad, maybe. I think the Olsen family might not know how to shred it with 2 buttons.
I've rarely known a handheld game to glitch out. Console games, sure, maybe sometimes.
Right, it either sort of works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
There's no suddenly I'm phasing through the ground and the game explodes, unless you're playing E.T., but that game, that's why it's good. It sucks.
Yeah, thinking unless you're trying to play a classic NES game now, cartridges are pretty darn sturdy. Discs are the things where you'd have some issues maybe sometimes.
Yeah, cartridge tray's clean, and you replace a little battery in there if it has one. It's good forever. Bring me back, man. Even CDs are worse. They're just too fragile. Fragile. Now I don't even get to own my games anymore, man. They're just digital.
Yeah, that stuff scares me. Maybe it's for the best. Maybe I should embrace our evolution.
No, fight against that Dark Knight, as always. Do you have a review?
Yeah. Do you want to go for the cleaning product or for the movie now?
We can watch a movie.
Yeah, I actually did just watch this movie. It's a Letterboxd review for 2002's Lilo and Stitch.
Yay, the good one. We can be happy.
Yeah, I haven't watched the remake. We'll see if I do. This is a Letterboxd review from Nolan Fan 1. They write. They have I don't know, a little. I guess it's a quote from the movie, so maybe it's just an aperitif to their review. It's italicized. They write, "Don't turn left," and continue, "There's simply no way the live action can capture 1/16 of the charm of this. Maybe the horniest hyper-specific female character designs ever. Thick hair, thick long legs, toned pudge, i.e. the lifeguard, drooling emoji. Laughing, crying, laughing. Intermittently for a perfect 89 minutes. This movie is so good because it pretty much has like 8 scenes and 5 montages, which should be like a movie sin, but this movie does montages like good musicals do songs. Each banger-synced montage, plot progresses, characters develop. This movie utilizes time like they're perfectly fitting their senior thesis into an Instagram reel. The end montage particularly good, giving closure and showing post-film aftermath in such a satisfying way it spawned 4 direct-to-DVD movies, a TV show, aforementioned remake, and Beatlemania-esque obsession in the Latina community. Fun fact, Angel, aka Pink Stitch, is only in 2 episodes of the TV show, but so omnipresent in our culture, I was expecting her to walk on screen at any second and fuck Stitch. She does not. 5 stars.
It's a great review with some strange details that they needed to work in there for some reason.
Yeah.
They said, off the top, you can masturbate to this Disney movie.
It's got the hotties.
There are women that exist in the world that you can jerk off to, and they drew a couple of them, buddy. And also this side character who lives rent-free in my brain because of Disney child brain rot. They're so omnipresent in our culture that they should fuck Stitch in this movie. Those like 3 lines are just have to be read like that, and the rest is like, oh yeah, it's it's really nice how they do a montage. Like it doesn't get old. It's really fun. So yeah, I guess people be watching media different than me, I guess.
Yeah, Nolan fan. I would have assumed it was Christopher Nolan, but maybe who knows what their watch catalog looks like.
Maybe there's a guy from Nolan or a guy from YouTube named Nolan, and they just really like him. Maybe the buddy from high school, Nolan, great guy.
Nolan. He's got a weird tattoo that it's hard to explain now, but Nolan.
No,
Oh my God, no! I just went to their page. Recent activity. I see they watched back to back, No Strings Attached, and Friends with Benefits. Now, can you tell me which one starred Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher, and which one starred Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis?
No Strings Attached is the Kutcher one, right?
Yeah.
Because I always thought that was the cringier title, and I don't think Ashton Kutcher is a cringier dude. Actually, in real life, he seems like he likes charities and stuff these days. Like that's why he's not working. So cool guy, but chill. Like he had a cringier MO sort of back in the day. He was like he's a bad boy.
Oh, the punked, yeah, man.
He did drugs in a sitcom.
Right.
But no, it just reminds me of the famous quote from Coney, professional Super Smash Brothers player. I'm not playing video games to come, bro. It's just like I'm not watching Lilo and Stitch to nut. And I don't know if you are. I don't. It's just like you can think a character's hot and still like sit and watch a movie without just like thinking about jerking off.
Yeah, you don't need to comment on it.
right. It's just not the place. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we should be more jerk off positive. Maybe we should be more horny for cartoon character positive.
Yeah.
Who's Starfire? The Starfire sister from Teen
Blackfire?
Titans?
Whoa. Mess me up, girl.
Yep, there's a cartoon you could jerk off to, buddy.
Hyper specific sexiness.
Yeah, I can't even speak on it with any seriousness. It's just so...
This is designed for children, but let me tell you, a couple of these designed for those of us who like to nut.
So it's when something has thick thighs, it is for me and the guys. Da, 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 da.
Fellas.
Who likes to nut? Me. And yet they'll cancel me for speaking the truth. I don't know. I was trying to think of something I said that's cancelable. But it's probably don't remind me. Actually, don't remind me. But I'm gonna remind you. Thank you for listening to this episode of ReviewParty.com. You made it to the end. That means you're in the Real Ones Club. If you're here again, welcome back, brother. Did you know you can jerk off to ReviewParty.com? Every Tuesday. That's right. Hashtag Tuesday Reviews Day. We got new episodes for you every Tuesday without fail. I think there's like one Christmas we took off in like 5 freaking years. So you're welcome. If you'd like to send an absurd review for us to make some ha-has over, we love to read them. Send it to reviewparty.com at gmail.com and include your name so we can throw you some credit.
Hey. I'm going to throw you some advice right now. You can find us on social media at reviewparty.com on Instagram and TikTok, at reviewpartypod on Twitter /X, whatever's your preferred pronoun for that social media. We are on YouTube and Letterboxd too. Search for Review Party. You can find our content. Also, we have a website, reviewparty.com. It's the home of all our happiness and joy and blue colors and blog and shop and listening platforms. If it's time for a change this summer, you're over whatever you're listening on. You want to just try something new, even just for a couple weeks. Who knows? It could be fun. It could change your life forever. Do that.
Get your life changed. You're welcome. Just listen to some Nosebleeds.
Yeah, that's
you heard their song, Bread for Breakfast, throughout the episode. It's pretty good, right? You can hear more great jams by them. Nosebleeds, one word, Spotify, YouTube, you know the places. Speaking of knowing the things, you know the buttons to hit, subscribe, favorite, heart, whatever it is, wherever you listen, hit it.
Review.
It does help us out a lot. Review it. Skidoo it. Yeah, I haven't checked iTunes in a hot minute. We'll have to check and see if anyone cooks something up for us. I do have a review. We're going back to Letterboxd. We're going to hear from our man Cinema Joe on the movie How to Train Your Dragon 2025.
Yeah.
More live action schlock. I don't have an opinion either way of this one yet, because I don't even have that much of an opinion on the original.
I haven't even seen him. Yeah.
I watched like one on TV once, like half of it maybe. It seemed fine. Anyway, How to Train Your Dragon. Cinema Joe writes, this movie would be crazy good if it was animated. 3 stars.